Hello everybody, welcome back for that StarCraft 2 action. We are here with Mixu and going up against PtitDrogo, and if you ask me about Group D, it's all about PtitDrogo. It's all about his story. Started off the group very hot, taking the series off of a laser. Sorry if I spoiled you. And now if he keeps it up, if he keeps taking dubs, he can get top 2 in this group. But he needs to keep on running hot, and he needs to do it against Mixu. We saw a little bit of Vanguard play out of Mixu a couple videos ago, I think 2 videos ago. Now we're going to see a little bit of Zerg action out of him on our favorite map. In our, or at least mine, favorite matchup. So let's see what happens here. Drogo goes for that early scout, prevents Mixu from getting his natural. And Mixu takes his third base as his natural base. Not as bad as on some other maps, but still annoying. Luckily there wasn't a pylon there. I don't think a lot of Protosses do that, but it would be very annoying. Like, there's probably some Protosses on the map, right, that put a pylon here, and then start cannon rushing you over here. And then, like, they just box you in, and it's like, well, can't have a base. I want to mention, by the way, that smoothly shaven favorite shirt. Haven't done my hair, but, you know, it doesn't matter. I just put my fingers into an electrical socket. It's a European one. And then I go Super Saiyan right there. I think once I went to uni and normally I cycle like 15 to 20 minutes, something like 17-ish is about the exact number. And I know this because I'm always late. And it was very windy, like headwind galore. So my hair was like, and my group mate was like, damn, dude, like, are you, because it's kind of like how it is now. Like, I need to have a haircut soonish. I do it like every 10 weeks, and it's been about 9 weeks. It was like, damn, you Super Saiyan, something Super Saiyan, right? Like, he was like a year older than me, so he could actually make references like that. I don't know why, but I was like kind of sleep deprived, and I just said something. Yeah, I went to bed with Vegeta last night. I don't know why. It just dropped out of my mouth, and I still remember just the looks of my group mates. Just like, what the? I was like, kill me now. Kill me now. Sorry for the vulgar joke. But I just needed to share a little bit of cringe. Vegeta, best Dragon Ball character, though. So relatable. To some of us, at least. Mixu, dropping down the Roach Warren. I was about to mention, he's already mining that gas again. Speed is done. How many lings are on the map? Only 4. Creep is starting to creep forward. And if this creep tumor goes forward once again, might just be seeing a little bit of a queen walk. And there it goes. It goes forward. So Mixu has a little bit of a more aggressive position. That is, of course, the only benefit, I would say, from having your natural over here, because your creep gets to this ramp and then forward a little faster than it does from your natural. And doing an all-in, make sure that you don't have to defend other stuff. And that's just annoying. Oof. 2 oracles on the map already for Drogo, and now oracles are pretty good at stopping any type of Ravager Ling Queen all-in. But we see the roaches coming out. The queens can't connect onto this oracle. The creep hasn't been connected. One of the queens is going to pay for that with her life. No spore in the main. Also no spore at the natural or third base. And oh, these oracles are gonna go to town. 7 drones just die in an instant. These lings went across the map. The third base has been cancelled. And the Ravagers have been spotted. The Nexus actually got killed, as you can see. I don't know why it's down here, but it did get killed and not cancelled. So it's minus 400 minerals. A Void Ray's underway, very nice. Air units are actually the key to stopping this. Yes, there are some queens, but they can't transfuse, and once they die, the push is over. Lots and lots and lots and lots of shield batteries here. 2 of them together, so the corrosive spells can nicely kill them. 2-for-1 combo, but the rest of them are nicely spread out, and backup pylons as well. Very nicely done. Here come the oracles, target down the ravagers, and those melt very fast in the eye of area laser beams. But the queens are here to anchor the push. Crow's bows are going down onto the depths here, and Mixu's trying to just get his lings into the base of Drogo and win that way, which is an interesting take on this push. Oof, gets a couple corrosive bows on his own lings. The nuclear battery has been committed. The adepts are still alive. They can still stop these units from getting in. The lings are being pulled back as they are just getting annihilated by 2 adepts. But now it's 4, 5 adepts. And the core is about to go down. No more adepts for you. No more stalkers. Only zealots, void rays, and immortals. But the second void race almost out. These lings are stuck again. They could run around, but they are not. They are just bashing their head into the wall here. The queen's still alive. Haven't been focused down. Mixu forcing his way in there. Lings going into the main base. I like how he split those off there. Corrosive bows are trying to go down on the probes here. A couple probes go down. Now, 10 plus actually. That is completely fine. If you look at the work account of Mixu, just 26, and now the queens go down. And that's when you know the push is over, and Mixu starts droning because he is aware. Kills another gateway. That's nice. These roaches should probably go to this corner so that, you know, if these zealots try to follow, that they are in the corner of the map. But Mixu realizes or decides that, well, I probably didn't do enough damage. I have to stop an immortal, 2 void rays, and 3 oracles from killing me in 3 bases off of 29 drones and 0 queens. Yeah, I'm probably dead. And Drogo takes game number 1 on Ghost River versus Mixu and goes for another early probe scout. Now Mixu, the young Finnish player, the Zerg, has to make a comeback here. Try and make a name for himself, although he probably will be living in the shadow of Serral for the rest of his life. Doesn't matter what Mixu does in StarCraft 2 or RTS in general. Like, I don't think he can catch up with Serral in his lifetime. I mean, you could still be like the Scottie Pippen to the Michael Jordan of Serral, which a nice little NBA reference from my American audience there. Not that I watch a lot of NBA. But I did see the, I think everybody did, like the Michael Jordan documentary thing on Netflix. Everybody was like, oh, I really want to play some basketball right now. I felt that, dude. But the Netherlands, not really a basketball country, I would say. Although we are pretty tall, and it has like a niche following. Like, there was always like one dude in my group in elementary and high school, etc., that did basketball. But I think we just won, like, or did we get second or won the 3 versus 3 basketball in the Olympics? I think we did. Get fucked. We aren't even that tall compared to, like, these goddamn Scandinavian peeps. The Scandies. Tall as fudge. Drogo, what's the plan, buddy? Blocking the natural once again. Is he gonna go for the 3 Oracle again? This is basically what we've been seeing out of Drogo in Zerg versus Protoss. Or in his case, Protoss versus Zerg. He's been going 3 Oracle, and he's not really been following it up with, like, Blink. He just goes for a pretty fast Robo, then goes for the Twilight Forge, and usually goes for Charge. And then he just macros behind it. He just sits there. And he's just kind of like, I'm just gonna win later, bro. I'm fine. He might make a couple of depths to complement his 3 Oracles and try and get some probe kills. And I mean, Mixu kind of handed him a lot of drone kills last game. Third base goes down. Mixu, show me what you got. Are you a double inject guy? He's a double injector. Oh. Interesting. Now goes for a 3rd queen. And speed already halfway done. No gas being mined. Not thinking about a Roach Warren this time around now, are we? bit of a boring take from Mixu, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can do so many fun, stupid all-ins on Ghost River, and he goes for the boring one. He goes for the... Yeah, this is the one I expect. This is the day one all-in you do on that map. You're like, it's a little close by. The ramp with the rocks is annoying, so I don't want to attack when he already has sentries or enough units to be outside of his own wall. So I want to attack a little earlier. Guess I'm gonna just queen walk and make some lings and ravagers, I guess. You know, it's the day one. Little disappointing. I want to see proxy hatchers. I want to see swarm hosts. I want to see the hatchery in the wall make spine crawler rush. We've seen you do that, Mixu versus Hydra, and it failed, but still. Was that Mixu? I think it was. No, I think it wasn't. It was some other upstart. It was a very cultured Zerg by the name of... Somebody save me. What is he called? Watch. Oh, we see decently quick lair here from Mixu. And the two oracles are on the prowl. Fjant, that's the name, by the way. He did it. Fjant. Wasn't this Homestory Cup? I think Group A? I want to say Group A. Might have been Group B. Sorry. But he did that. Mixu could have copied that. You know? And I love that because we've seen two Protoss defend that build on Ghost River. And then one Protoss didn't successfully defend it. I don't remember who that is. But I did know that Fjant did get successfully defended, and that was versus Hydra, and he made a forge, whereas the other Protoss did not make the forge. Oh, the three oracles are on the lookout. The birds of prey. Deep cloak. And swoop in for the kill. Oh my god, a couple bonus drones for Drogo here. Goes for another bonus drone. 6 drones for the oracles there. The third has been established, but we have a spire here. It has not been found. He even started a spore there? Interesting. So you don't really want to come close to that. We see roach speed and an evo chamber. So looking like a Bly build, looking like a roach muta. I mean, you could go roach corruptor, I suppose, but that doesn't do much versus immortal storm charge lad. He's doing it again, boys. Drogo knows what he wants. 1 robo so far. A big gateway wall here for Drogo. Even have a cannon. Very defensively minded. We see a couple roaches move across the map. This is the fake out of all fake outs. Look at these. This just looks like it's going to be an attack. And then boom, mutas and lings. It's so weird. That is so weird. I love it. That is very distracting. Look at these 3 roaches. These oracles are just like, I'm on you. I know you. Observer out here, though. Wow. If the mutas go to the top now. Oh, the mutas fly out. I don't know if he saw that. I don't think he saw it. If we see cannons, he saw it. If we see blink, he saw it. But I don't think he saw it. So the mutas are unscouted. This could be very anticlimactic. The mutas, though, they find the 4th base. And they kill that probe. But the nexus is down. And so now Drogo is wary of the mutas. But what do? Do you just warp in stalkers, I guess? Just warped in other stuff. 2 stalkers are coming in. 1 phoenix did start up. And the mutas are starting to do some probe damage. The lings are trying to take down the 4th base. And the probes are being picked off one by one by one. Mutas ignore the stalkers. Oh, that's a nice Artosis pylon, but you can't kill that right now. And more probes are falling. +1 and more mutas are coming out. So Mixu really playing into that Drogo probably doesn't have blink just yet. He's starting to make more phoenix. We saw one, and one of them did die. I guess the mutas clicked it down while I wasn't watching. The 4th base is down, and look at these mutas getting value whilst there's barely any anti-air on the map. Mixu behind this went up to 77 drones, more drones coming out, and now it's absolute map control with these meters. But what's important is that Mixu makes sure that Drogo needs to stay at home. Because if Drogo is allowed to walk across the map without any punishment, he might have to fight. Mixu, 83 drones. His army supply is actually looking quite fine, getting some freebies here as well. Extra Stargates being added on. If Drogo now moves back, that would actually be insane. Because Mixu's clearly signaling that he's ready to fight this. He's making 13 more roaches. He does have the roach speed. He takes down the 5th base of Mixu. Drogo smelling blood in the water, but the blood is fake. It's ketchup. And Mixu is ready. Focuses down the first immortal? No, he does not. He chickens out. The Mutas were halfway across the map, now being chased back by the Phoenix. And these immortals still exposed. Now the roaches do get their teeth into that army, and the immortals do go down. And now the Mutas can catch all of these reinforcements that were not TP'd home. Mass recall my ass. Only the privileged ones were recalled. Capitalism at work once again. These zealots did not buy a ticket for the, what's the thing called? The Ark? Like the big vessels in The Day After Tomorrow, I think? You have 2 of those Doomsday movies. And one of them has like this fat Russian guy that's like, no, we take the Bentley. That's the only thing that has stayed with me from that movie. Now there is a nice amount of Phoenix here. No Phoenix range, but the muta count hasn't increased all that much. I mean, I say that, but there are more of them joining the pack. But is Mixu really the pack leader? Oh, yes, he is. He's moving on into the 3rd base of Drogo. Notice that Drogo is not re-expanded. Mixu is maxed out. Drogo only at 120 supply. He's just trying to hold on to his 3 bases here, hemorrhaging units left and right. Mixu, sure enough, is not getting the best trades, but he's doing so much damage to Drogo's army. And in the meanwhile, in the back, the Ling Muta, as you know them, get into the natural. Those goddamn annoying mosquitoes just run and fly into your base and go and hammer down your probe line. And Phoenix are back here, the fly swatters that are in the sky trying to take down these mutas. I don't think you want to take down these Phoenix with the mutas, Mixu. Just click down more probes, buddy, because you're not winning that fight. But he's delaying PtitDrogo from moving out, I suppose. Oh my god, he moves in with the army! Mixu! So aggressive. I don't know if I could do this. Like, could you? I would be like, oh my god, I'm so ahead. I'm just gonna wait for him to attack me, or I'm gonna keep denying 4th bases. Why would I run in here with my Roachling? But he gets it done. 19 probes go down. He seizes that opportunity. Dares to look for it. And Drogo, everything is just going from bad to worse. This is such a classic Muta game. As a Protoss, you're like, oh my god, this asshole made Mutalisks. I didn't see it, and now I'm in this shit hole of a game. This fake game. This is not real. Double Immortal production with Corruptors hanging above it. This is top tier StarCraft right there. And Drogo, even though he was winning this fight, taps out because he sees that his 3rd base is under siege. 73, 37. It's the other way around in Dutch, so I'm allowed to make that mistake. Probes go down. This game we went for 51 probe deaths. And Mixu slams back in game number 2. Ring around the rosy. Does a little alley-oop. Makes Drogo play hard. And he just outmaneuvered Drogo. First out-strategized him and then outmaneuvered him. And the Mutas just did too much damage, and then the main army also traded well enough, and, I mean, Drogo just can't keep a strong army together. Too many freebies. And surprise, not really a surprise, we are on Oceanborn for game number 3. Mixu taking game number 2 versus Drogo with some Mutalisk play. And poor Drogo just couldn't keep up, these old hands. Just couldn't keep up with the young buck. Although I think Mixu is like 20 plus. So he's not that young. Mixu's not old either. Oh, the probe actually bypasses the drone, but the drone doesn't even try to go for this hatch. She's like, nah, I'm not gonna get tricked by you. If there's a probe, I'm just taking the third. Because we've all done this on the ladder, right? Like, you move your drone, and you see the probe move up, and you're like, oh, he's not paying attention. Then you move back, and then you're like, oh, the probe's there, he was faking me out. And now my hatch is late, and now I'm sad, and now I'm frustrated, so now I'm bailing busting him, and somehow he has double gateway walls before I even morph my first baneling. That happens on the ladder. Now, I didn't do this in game 2, so... Guys. You made it all the way to game 3. This is the call to action. Please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Would make me happy. I hope that one day I can be a real caster and that once in a while people make like a thread on Reddit like, why isn't this caster add more events? He's way better than your favorite caster. And that's my dream. Just this one shitter on Reddit being like, I fucking love Riquiz, dude. He talks about the game real good. He's a good video game talker. Why don't we see him at events? Why do we see this other asshole that worked his ass off for like 8 years straight to get onto the desk? Why do we see him? He's like Masters 3. He's not even good at the game. I don't know. I don't read Reddit. I don't really engage with it. I never really got into it, if that makes sense. I never understood what the appeal was. Speed going down for Mixu, no gas, and another Stargate. I mean, that's 3 out of 3. We know that was going to happen, just like I know that you probably should have clicked that subscribe button. Sorry about that. The Adept goes out. We're not really seeing Schrodinger's Adept from Drogo. I'm kind of sad about that. I like it when the Shade goes back and the Adept walks forward, or the other way around, I think is better. Adept on the ramp and the Shade going forward because the Shade is faster. Oh, the 2 slowlings get in. See? Needed the Schrodinger's Adept here. 2 probes go down. Mixu, the dirty, dirty Zerglings. They kill the probes. Now they get into the main. Where's that other Zergling? Oh, there it is. And this Overlord, I don't know what it's doing. But this Adept across the map has some big shoes to fill. Instead, he just took half of his HP and damage and took down nothing. Not even a creep tumor kill. Just got some damage on his face from a queen. And that is 2 probes down the drain. Now, that's not end of the world, but it might just do a bunch of mental damage to Mr. Drogo here. Although, I think of him more as an Atlas figure, you know? Like, he's a big man, he's a vegan, he has morals, he plays Protoss, so, you know, he knows how to make good life decisions. He's not rattled by losing 2 probes to some stinky, low-life Zerg player sending his Zerglings across. Like, Zerg rushing is so 2010, or so 2004, I don't know. Couple bonus pros for this Oracle. 3 is actually quite a bit for 3 queens being in the region. But Mixu trying to mine from 3 bases right away. Little risky, but just donates back the drones, and the work accounts are pretty equal right now. Expecting the Zerg to skyrocket ahead here. The Oracles go for the flyby. And 2 more drones do go down. 3rd Oracle's on their way. And I guess Drogo's not here to mince words. He's not here to mince builds. He's not here to do other builds than the one he wants to do. Goes for the triple Oracle into the 4th Twilight. And a Robo. We're gonna see Charge. We're gonna see Immortals. We're gonna see a 2nd Robo. And all that we have to see is, what does Mixu think about that? How does he want to deal with that? See another Roach Warren in the front. 3rd game, 3rd Roach Warren. Another Evo, but this time around there's not. Well, there is a lair, but not as fast. We do see 6 gases once again, though. So it could still be that Mutalisk play. And if this is again the Mutalisk play, and if this again kills Drogo, that would be hilarious, but also tragic. Because I like to see slightly better StarCraft than that. But that is sometimes how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you believe in your build and your opponent just hard counters you the first game and you're like, okay, I'm going to adapt a little bit so that doesn't kill me. And then the second game, he hard counters you even more. He disrespects you even more. And then you die again. And you're like, mother trucker, this would never win against anybody else. And that's true. But it did win versus you in tournament, in a series. So get wrecked. He is the better player. Oh yeah, baby. Infestation Pit instead. Mixu, my man. Don't you disappoint me. I want to see 12 swarm hosts in production all at once. And a look at this creep. Yes. It's moving forward already. I'm already seeing it in my mind's eye. Swarmers are gonna walk over here, gonna throw in the locust, kill this robo instantaneously, drop some locust here, kill a bunch of probes. Oh my god, I'm already getting moist just thinking about it. And Drogo spreading himself even more thin. 9 swarmos, that's a good start. Mixu, I wanna see a couple more. Do it for me, daddy. 10th swarmos is coming out. He's not supply blocked, he's just a little gas starved. Now, 10 Swarmos is a nice number. How many queens do we have to protect them? 6 queens. The Archon drop. Neve, is that you? Shades of the past coming through here. Queens in the main, queens at the third. They can stop this, but the Swarm host, oh, they are revealed. Drogo should have seen them. But did he, like, see them? I'm looking at the production tab. Looking at what he's doing. He's not making Stalkers. Because Blink Stalkers are a very good response. You can also just make a big army and walk forward. Be in front of your bases. Because then the Swarmos can never walk up to here and never hit a base. They have to throw it out here and then you just walk back. But the Swarmos, they're moving forward. The Queens are out in front. This is a RiquizCasts 101 build. I love it. And Mixu is ready to kill both of the Robos. That is big damage. Big daddy damage. These Archons trying to get some damage done. The Warpism might actually go down when we are watching the Locust rain down hell upon Drogo here. Oh my god, the Zealots actually A-move into the Roaches. They get kited. The Nexus goes down. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, Mixu making the Swarm host work, killing half of the Zealots of Drogo's army. They get aggroed by the Roaches, dude. That was a nice move by Mixu. The Swarm host need to be protected with your life. And did the Warpism die? The Warpism and the Archons did die. Oh no, the Warpism plus Archons can actually do a lot here, but now Mixu, max supply, starting +2. He can just keep throwing Locust and Roaches at you, and he's just gonna win the war of attrition. You don't have a natural. You only have this Thurbus. Wow, big stasis ward though. The Locust jump onto the army. They get spread out a little, but you can see that they evaporate really fast if they get targeted. They are actually the DPS of your army if you have this army. You want to have the Roaches and Lynx tank for you, and the Ravagers and the Locust do the damage. And then sure, you can let the Locust tank when they're almost dead, because then they are expendable. But before that, their DPS is actually crazy. The Deeps is massive. And the next wave is about to come in. He doesn't have to kill this base yet, but I would like the Locust to come from the front or from the top. Just coming from behind the army, making sure that the Storms can hit both the Locust and the Roaches, but the Locust swoop down. They start targeting down the High Templar. Now they get on top of the Immortals, and look at that. The army isn't big enough to deal with the Locust. No Colossus here, no more Archons, and the Storms didn't land. 3 High Templar remain, but the army of Drogo is just minuscule. We have a Warpism now. Might be able to micro his way out of here. The Queens do get taken down. Couple Swarmos are remaining. And this counterattack from the Zealots that we did see leaving is doing some damage. But look at the supply. Look at the probes. 23 probes went down. Units were sent into the third. The fourth is gone. And that is why you set up a steel unit hotkey. That is actually like pro tip. That's the best thing you'll ever do. You can just box these, click your steel hotkey, and then it basically deletes them out of all of the other hotkey groups. And so I can just click, press delete, and then you send them over here, and then you never have to touch them again. It's great. It's one of the Zerg hacks. The end was a little anticlimactic, which is why we weren't play-by-play casting that anymore. Because, I mean, look at the supply. Mixu dunking on Drogo with swarm hosts on Oceanborn. Let's go. Punishing the fact that storms really need to land well, and that you need a big amount of Archons to deal with the swarm host Locust. Because how do you deal with Locust? It's Archons, it's with shield batteries. I guess you could have Adepts with shield batteries. That would be okay-ish. I like Blink Stalkers a lot because you can move forward very confidently, start picking off Swarm Host, and if they unload, you just blink back. You can even stand there until the Locusts drop and then you blink back. The creep, though, on Mixu, insane. You could also go for Colossi, but no, Drogo always does the same thing, or at least he has shown in this tournament that he practiced this one specific macro build. He is depending on his fundies, his fundamentals. Fundamentals. If you are a fighting game player, you know all about the fundies. And StarCraft players pretend to know all about the fundamentals, but in the end, they are too bored to practice their macro, their fundamentals. So they just practice a new build that goes all in at 120 supply, and they think they're good players, which you're as good as your best build, basically. But yeah, if you want to be a real good player, you need to practice those injects, you need to practice those overlords, those drones, the timings. It's all about the real fundamentals. God, I love Swarm Host. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. This was a better series than I expected. I hope you also enjoyed it. I hope that you will join me for the next cast, where we follow along with Drogo, who picks up a pretty rough loss here, and I don't know if he can keep gunning for that top 2 spot. We'll have to see what he does versus Trigger. Yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend about StarCraft or my channel, either way. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.